the question is, what did you do? So we talked about like all of the playing on the barrel, making the seesaws, all the fun activities outside. But and I think we mentioned it a little bit, like, you know, when it's dark, it's dark. It's not like you turn on the lights, and of course not like turn on the TV or the radio or whatever.
Right.
So what do you do when it's nighttime and you're inside, or you can't go outside if it's rainy or bad weather, and you're like, what do you do as a kid to entertain yourself at that point?
Yeah. Well, I can remember playing outside when it would be like getting dark. Like if there were fireflies, we did. That came to mind. Mm-hmm. And we played hail over with the ball.
What's that? What's that?
I don't know. There was something, you throw the ball over the house.
Right.
And the people on the other side.
Right.
It's a game. And I forgot that we ever did that until this moment.
Right.
But
yeah, so when it's dark outside and
as teenagers we had bonfires, and you could roast hot dogs and stuff like that outside. Somebody played a guitar, and we sang and stuff. But as a little child, I guess we probably went to bed.
Just you go to bed when it gets dark. You don't remember.
Yeah.
You don't remember reading or playing with your paper dolls during the
if it's dark.
Yeah, because you're just lit with candles or oil lamps or whatever, right?
Yes.
So there's no indoor activities that you can remember.
No.
And what about like on a
maybe we played so hard we were ready to go to bed.
Yeah, it's possible. You know. What about like on a rainy day, or did it ever get too cold to go outside and play?
Yes, I guess it did.
Mm-hmm. You remember anything that you would have done inside, or you just...
No. Of course, I remember having crayons that my teacher gave me at the end of school. Mm-hmm. And I had like a shoebox with a lot of crayons. Broken, they were okay. But I remember I left them in the window of my house one time, and the sun melted them. It was hot. Right. That's important to remember. Okay, I had this little magazine. It was like a little newspaper magazine, and there was a little notice in there that if you would get subscriptions for the paper, if you got a certain number of prescriptions, they would send you a gift. So that was my thing to do. I got subscriptions, and I ordered a little doll that was pretty disappointing. Okay. It was a China doll, they said. Okay. Right. So the face was China. Right. And then it had a stuffed body, except for the little arms up to the elbow. Those little things were sewn on the little hands and the feet. Right. But that was one thing I got. And then I ordered a set of dishes for my mother. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many subscriptions I needed for that, but it was a set of plates, and it had a gold rim around the edge. But I guess they were supposed to be not washed because the gold rim washed off in the dishwasher. In the dishwasher, really. Right. In the dish pan. Right. And then I ordered
so you've ordered two things. You still haven't learned your lesson at this point. That ordering things from this
well,
might
it was
be
better
kind of
than
a scam,
nothing.
I guess. There you go.
It was better than nothing. Right. And going around to people's houses and asking them, would you take a subscription to my magazine? Mm-hmm. And I must have gotten pretty good at it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because it costs so little. But you got a little. Right. But then I hit the jackpot. I ordered a little sewing machine.
Uh-huh.
It was about 8 inches long,
Right.
and it had a little, it was the kind that you set on the table, and it had a clamp that you put on the machine and hooked underneath the table to hold it still, tighten that thing, and it worked. Then it had a little wheel on it that was like 2 inches around, and you had a little handle that you turned the wheel on it, and it sewed. That little needle went up and down.
That little 8-inch sewing machine that
Yes,
worked?
yes. It was called Little Beauty.
Good.
All right, laugh. You go online and you can look up Little Beauty and you can find that little sewing
Really?
machine. Don't you still have it? I have it. It's packed somewhere.
So we still have the old Little Beauty that you ordered from back then, the original one?
And what?
The original one that you got?
Yes, I do.
That's great.
And it still works. You can still turn that little handle, and it makes a chain stitch. It's not the regular stitch, but and it's not really. It just takes too long to make an article, but it will make a little stitch.
That's great. Oh, that's crazy. You did hit the jackpot on that last one.